What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the football news for you all today on January 30th, 2024. And it's kind of, and it's, I'll say, what's the word? I'll say, and this is sort of like, a video I haven't done for a while because it's due to me having a very horsey voice and also some other things I need to take care of, like outside of the podcast. But we're gonna be, but yeah, I'm back here making the football news. Been a little while, I know, but like, yeah, there's one thing you probably notice in me that's totally different, and it's the accessory. Normally, you would say I'll be wearing this like on a Saturday or Sunday. I thought I might change it up a bit because it's gonna be the week before the last week. I'm gonna be doing these type of videos until next football season, and between August or September. Like, but no worries, we're gonna be doing this like in a. This is not gonna be the last I'm gonna be doing this because yeah, there's gonna be plenty more years I'm gonna be doing football stuff on the SNA podcast. But for now, let's get into the point and we'll talk about the wildest and intriguing football news stories and transfers that you assassinators need to know from the Yahoo Sports article. Starting things off with the with the NFL mock draft 2.5. Like, I mean 5.0, yeah, and 5.0, like in Titans forego like quarterbacks, like for generational talent at number one. And also we got Saquon Barkley might having like the greatest RB season of all time. An official warning how has Super Bowl 59 crew like called like games this season in question, and then who is Jason Kelce like pulling for in question, whoever like wins, like he's going to be happy for. And we got Brandon Graham, like of a miracle. There's a chance Eagles defense like could play in Super Bowl, and Cam Newton like says he wouldn't trade him like trade his MVP award for a Super Bowl championship, and much more. Start things off, we got the mock of the draft 5.0 Titans like take like in the generational talent, while QBs go 20 or 2 to 3, and Jets get a steal. The Super Bowl is set explanation, like the Kansas City Chiefs against Philadelphia Eagles like will square off like in New Orleans, like and pick last last in the first round like of the 2025 NFL draft. Like if you're like not a fan of either team, like you're still in luck. Here's how your squad like can uh can start like making like the climb to the big game. Big order like via tank then like in this like edition, like Nate Tice like makes the odd numbered like picks, like and like Charles McDonald like makes the even. Like number one, Tennessee Titans, like Travis Hunter, like corner and wide receiver, Colorado. The Titans like said they want they want a generational talent like at the top of the draft, like though like Cam Ward like would still make sense if they decide to move on with Will leave Levis. There's also the possibility of adding more firepower to their defensive front, like with uh, an Abdul, Carter, like or a trade, term, a long term pick, long term right, long term right tackle, like would 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 sure be nice. Really, whatever adventure the Titans choose makes sense. At the top of a wide wide open class, a hunter is a dynamic car, is a dynamic talent. I got a cornerback like with even more to top into me would bring star power to Tennessee's defense and help bolster and offense in a small role too. They ties like and uh number two Cleveland Browns, Cam Ward, quarterback in Miami. The Browns are in a tough spot, with Deshaun Watson's contact looming large for the next few years. But they can they can at, at least give give themselves opportunities to move on at quarterback rather quickly, with the selection of Ward. He's a gunslinger, and a player who will try to make the most of whatever the defense others up, like which ends up in mistakes. Like sometimes still he he aggressive styles to styles who end up as a high quality never like NFL passer in NFL passer Charles McDonald, and what it says right here, and it says in the New York Giants like uh, Sanders, quarterback in Colorado. And it says the Giants get their new QB, of the future, and a player who is used to pressure attention and bright lights. With this is a tad rich, for where Sanders will end up, on big boards. He's tough, competitive, has plenty of arm strength to attack all like all arenas like of the field, like and I can really drive on throughs on throws. QB desperation is a real thing, especially in New York. Number four, we got New England Patriots like Will Campbell, like offensive tackle, like from we have Will Campbell, like an offensive tackle from LSU, and New England Patriots seemingly like found its QB in Drake May, who was stellar as a rookie last season. Like now, the Patriots like need to find serious help on the offensive line in order to make sure he has the most help like as possible like to see his career through Campbell is a day one starter like at left tackle like who will be like nice like build like with a block on like New England's like mission to improve the offensive line. And then we also have number five of the Jacksonville Jaguars of Mason Graham, defensive li- lineman, like in Michigan, like with QBs like on Hunter going like with the Jaguars, like have talented players like to select like from the Jaguars, like and whatever general manager will be making this pick for to add like some inter like inter like this disruptions like to their front like Jacksonville has holes like Jacksonville has holes like at other places like along the roster, but Graham is a talented player like who played like their player like through injuries in 2025 like and would turn the Jaguars front into one of the league's better ones, like the league's better ones right away. And number six, we got the Vegas Raiders with 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 Will Johnson, like a corner, like and it says Jaguars is probably the best player available at this point, like in the draft, bringing like potential shutdown cornerback like steals to a defense that desperately needs need a big time like talent on the outside. But what are your thoughts onto these teams like that needs a that, that needs some generational talent that's going to lead them into success and maybe even lead them to a Lombardi Trophy opportunity, which is the Super Bowl, that is. And do you think that they will be eventually getting a Super Bowl thanks to these teams? Let me know down in the comments down below. But moving on, we got Saquon Barkley might have the greatest RB season of all time with a Super Bowl to go. Before the season started, like it says, Saquon Barkley like let the Philadelphia Eagles fans know how high he set the bar from himself. He said he wasn't trying to be cocky. It's hard to imagine like anyone like accusing him of that, like given his assuming like this man this demeanor this demeanor like this, but he stated like plain plainly like that he wasn't the just chasing his comp his comp his contemporaries like at running backs, like he wanted to reach higher than that. And this is what he said. Like I just want to be great, man. Like that's it. Like I just want to take it to the highest level I can take it. That's my goal. And what does make look like to me in questions? Like that's tough because I want to be the best of all time. Like best of all time seemed like a stretch. Like after some fairly like quiet like fairly quiet recent years, like with the New York Giants, the then the Eagles season started, and by the time the Eagles won the NFC Championship, Barkley's goal came true. Like in what I mean, it came true at least like one way. Like he put together arguably like the arguably the greatest season like ever for a running back. Like and that's before the Eagles kick off like in kick off at Super Bowl 59. And it says right here, Saquon Barkley's unbelievable season. Barkley had a good chance at an iconic NFL record, and it says in the Eagles season finale, like he was exactly 100 yards behind Eric Dickerson's record, like of 2,105 yards, set in 1984. Like Barkley admitted he wanted a shot at it, like he want, but he went along with head like with Coach Nick Sirianni uh, the decision to rest all starters in week week 18. But what are your thoughts on Saquon Barkley's goals of trying to achieve it all and win it all? And do you think he'll do exactly that at the Lombardi Showcase? Or what are your thoughts on this matter? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. Which I'm kind of gonna be sounding biased and sound like a complete what's they called like a what's the other word like a complete like self-centered favoritized sound like a self-centered favoritized heel for saying this, but I'm hoping that the Chiefs will win. But don't get me wrong, the Eagles are probably one of my top 5 favorite teams. Like they did a very phenomenal job of getting into this far. But but even though I thought it would probably be Detroit because considering that the they're at the same level as the Chiefs, but don't underestimate a team like because they could prove you wrong. And they kind of and Philadelphia kind of did with me, your boy, the Super Ninja Assassin. But I would say may the better man wins, and I sure hope it's my boys, the back-to-back Chiefs. But we're gonna get into that later on to this news video. But next up, we got some Super Bowl 59 news to talk about before I get into that. Anyways, Assassinators, I'm back here. We got some news about the Super Bowl 59 as Rod Colbert like, is the referee, which penalties like has his crew like called most often in question. And yeah, Ron Torbert like isn't like a common man to NFL fans, but they'll likely spend all Super Bowl Sunday discussing him like his as his crew. Tolbert is the referee for Super Bowl 59 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. And it says that's not an easy job, considering that no matter how Torbert like and his crew calls the game, there will be more officiating controversy. It seems inevitable. Like it's not like this is the first Super Bowl in which a, offic- officiates is a key storyline. It said right here that heading into it has become like a pastime of fans like to complain of a boot penalty, like but with so much like of the NFL discourse, like focusing on the Chiefs and fans' per- perception, like that officials like favor like him, like every call will be discussed or will be dissected. Is that right here? But yeah, this is where we got. It was worth looking at how Tolbert's crew called games this season, even though Super Bowls are officiated by all-star crews. Usually, and the officiating crew stays together, though the season, but Super Bowl assignments are awarded based on the highest grades at each position. It said right here, Ron Torbert's stats for this season with the first Torbert's crew did not work a Chiefs game all season, though he has history working a significant game in, in Kansas City that included a controversial call. More on that a little bit. With you might see a few more flags than normal, according to NFLpenalties.com. Torbert Krug tied for third most accepted penalties called in the NFL this season at 235, which was the third most yards at 1,958 last season. Turbert's crew was second into the NFL in penalties called. Turbert's crew called more penalties on the home team. I got 121 to 114, though that shouldn't matter because the Super Bowl is a neutral site game. What are your thoughts on the Ron Tolbert being the one to be the head referee of the biggest game of the year, which that is the Lombardi contest of the Super Bowl 59? Who do you think, and who do you who's your pick of the Super Bowl 59? Who's gonna be that's gonna be competing in this game? I know who I'm gonna be picking, which I'm gonna get into in just a moment. But moving on, we got some news from a former player from a former player of one of the teams that's competing at the Super Bowl, and a relative of the other and a relative to the other player on the other team. Yeah, you got some news on who is he picking a Super Bowl rooting interest between the Chiefs and the Eagles on whoever wins. He's going to be happy for. Jason Kelsey has a deep affection for both teams playing in Super Bowl 59. Yeah, Super Bowl 59. On one side, his is the younger brother Travis, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, who has been in his life for over 35 years. On the other side, it says are the Philadelphia Eagles, the team, he spent 13 years playing for after being around in the draft in 2011. The last time the Chiefs and Eagles met in the final game of the NFL season was back 2 years ago in Super Bowl 57. Yeah, Super Bowl 57 in the 2022 season. Jason Kelsey was opposing his brother. The Kansas City would ultimately prevail for the second time in 4 seasons. But Kelsey, the Kelsey family was split in who they were supporting. And now the Jason Kelsey is 1 season retired from the NFL, and Travis and the Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl looking for a third straight title, and might appear that Jason's rooting interest was clear, but it's complicated, as he, he explained on this week's edition of the New Heights podcast, saying, I'll always root for my brother Kels, like while wearing an Eagles hat, and shirt. I'm always going to root for Travis, but there's one lot of people in the Philadelphia organization, whether it's players, coaches, people in the building that feel like extended family to me, like especially my former lineman, like Lane Johnson, feels like a brother a lot of ways. I'm rooting for those guys too. I'm rooting for Philadelphia, and I'm rooting for Travis Kelsey. And that's the of reality. It no matter what, on game day, I'm gonna be happy for one of those sides. Again, I'm gonna be sad for the other side. It's similar to the last time we played, like in the Super Bowl, maybe a little less intense, because I'm not playing now. I think it's going to be very, very similar. I live in Philadelphia. I still go to the facilities on a very regular basis. I still feel like I'm a Philadelphia Eagle, and I'm a part of all of these people that root and cheer on our team. I would be lying if I said I don't want the Eagles to win. I want them to, but I also want Travis Kelsey to win. That's a long, winded way to say I just want to see a good football game, and whoever wins, I'm going to be happy for that side. Jason Kelsey, who has since been added as a pen, as a panelist on ESPN's Monday Night Countdown, to his post lane career, resume, said that he won't be wearing red during the game, on February 9th in New Orleans. Travis Kelsey suggested that longtime NFL center sport a half half and half jersey, like something similar to what their mother Donna Kelsey wore, like when when the Chiefs and Eagles last met in the Super Bowl. That idea was shot down, and Jason said he may settle on something that promotes the brothers podcast that isn't red or green. But what do you think he should wear? Do you think it should be similar to what their mom wore back 2 years ago when the last time the Chiefs and Eagles met? Or do you think that it should be something totally different? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But I'm so excited. I'm so hype about this. And I'm so happy for both of these teams to make it to the Super Bowl. And I want to ask you this question. Who you rooting for, Philadelphia or the back-to-back Super Bowl Chiefs. You know who I'm rooting for. It needs to be them back-to-back Super Bowl Chiefs. That's gonna be the third Pete Super Bowl Chiefs. And I'm not trying to sound like an a-hole or an arrogant, like he's an egotistical uh the egotistical, horrible man, but I just want the Chiefs to achieve this record. Like, if they already done this, I would say may the best man win because it seemed like the Chiefs don't need as much as Philly does because Philadelphia like recently only won like one as of late from almost a decade ago. And that was when Nick Foles and Carson Wentz were quarterbacks. Like when Carson Wentz was the first string and Nick Foles the second string. Like when Carson Wentz was injured. And funny thing is, Carson Wentz is the second string quarterback to Patrick Mahomes. And they will be facing against his former team that he won a Super Bowl with. And it looks like this time he's going to win a Super Bowl like again. It looks like this time he's going to win again, but this time with the team that the Eagles going to be playing against. Yeah. But let me know about that in the comment section right down below. And do you think the Chiefs are going to achieve this record? Which I sure hope. Keep your fingers crossed on today. But let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what do you want Jason Kelce to wear. But next up, we got Ravens Justin Tucker like accused of sexual misconduct like by six massage therapists. Like the incidents again alleged like to have occurred like between 2012 and 2016 at a local Baltimore area like spas, in a Baltimore area spas in a wellness centers. It says right here, like in the warning, this report contained uh this depictions like of alleged inappropriate sexual behavior. And it says right here that Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker is accused of engaging like in inappropriate behavior at four Baltimore area spas. Again, wellness centers. According to a Baltimore banner, like six massage therapists like accused Tucker of exposing like his genitals, like brushing like of with two of them with his exposed penis. Well, I'm not sure if I should say this. It sounds very uncomfortable to say, but his exposed penis and leaving what they believe like to be an ejaculate on the on the massage tape on the massage table the massage well the massage table after three of his treatments. Some of the therapists allegedly ended the sessions early, like and refused to deal with Tucker, like again, like following their encounters, like which occurred like between 2012 and 2016, according to Baltimore's banner. 5 of the women said Tucker asked them to massage like his pelvic like region like and in her thigh like his pelvic region and or his inner thigh like and it says right here while he had an, an erection like then they said he repeatedly wiggled like pelvic, his pelvis, and his pelvis, like to remove the sheets, like in which fully or partially like expose like his his gentiles, like two women said Tucker brushed them with his exposed penis, like three said when they returned to the treatment room after Tucker left, they discovered a large wet spot on the massage table, which they strongly believe to be eject, uh, ejaculate. That sounds very disturbing. But anyways, Tucker, that's 30. Tucker, who was 35 years old, signed with the Baltimore Ravens in 2012 as an undrafted free agent. He's only played for the Ravens during his 13th season NFL career, and and a represent and a representative of that local spa said that Tucker was immediately terminated as a client as an alleged 2014 incident. One of the therapists said that she had told people about her encounters with the Baltimore Ravens kicker over the years, and that it was really degrading. And an attorney for a different spa, which is now closed, said that they took immediate and, dis- and decisive action to ban this individual from our business, which was stated by by their lawyer, and business and services to ensure a safe environment for all. The owner allegedly told Tucker by the phone that he was not welcome back, according to the lawyer. Tucker posted a statement on social media Thursday denying the allegations, calling them unequivocally false. Yeah, unequivocally false. And here's the post right here, which you can see on his X for yourself, with him denying all the claims from the employees of this spa at the spa place in Baltimore. It says Tucker's attorney described the allegation as impossible to prove, as they added their client has never been banned from the spas where the encounters are alleged to have happened. But what do you think? Do you think that Justin Tucker is innocent from these allegations against him from his local spa in Baltimore, or do you think he's 100% guilty as charged? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But I'm gonna say let's hope that he's not guilty from this, because this is very frighteningly disturbing. Especially if especially to be a female employee at a spa place, because just because even if she is attractive, that doesn't mean you have a right to be hitting on her, especially in this way. Especially by exposing your manlyhoods or private parts, whatever you want to call it, right in front of her face, which I don't understand. What would possess him to do that? If he did so do this, and that wasn't the whole point of going there. But if he's innocent, I don't know what kind of medications that this spa establishment is on, like they need to maintain on it because like why would they do that unless they're trying to get some money out of him? They probably are financially unfortunate, so they probably trying to find another way uh, to get some extra money. Like if this spa job is not paying the bills fully, like they're probably trying to do something that will, like by say digging out some money from a very well established football player that I think he even won the Super Bowl when when Ray Lewis and Ray Lewis and Joe Flacco was there. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what your opinions on to this matter. But moving on, we got but I don't know exactly who's telling the truth and who's lying here. We just got to find out if there's going to be any physical evidence or some paper or photographic evidence to prove that the other party is telling the truth and they're innocent into this lawsuit or in this whoever this is, whatever we'll call it. Next up, we got Cam Newton. Cam Newton says like he wouldn't trade his MVP award for a Super Bowl championship. In 2015, uh, Carolina Panthers quarterback at the time, Cam Newton, was named NFL MVP, but when he got like to the Super Bowl, like at the end of the season, Carolina lost. If Newton could change that, give back the MVP, but gets a chance to hoist the Lombardi trophy, like he says he wouldn't. When asked on the first take, like if he could give back the MVP award for a Super Bowl championship trophy, like would he like do it? Like this is what the former Panthers quarterback had to say while and, answering with a very clear message by stating with a flattering no. And Newton said he would prefer like his status as a player who made a great impact on the NFL than to be a quarterback who didn't have a great career but did play on a great team. He he mentioned what's more important, impact or championships in question. Like Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. Trent D- D- Delfer won a Super Bowl. Respectively, like Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Like Newton said, uh, said others may not agree, but that he ultimately wants to be judged on what he accomplishes, and not what anyone else on his team did. And he added, I know that's not the popular pick. Like my take is I'm taking individual success because I did my job. And would you agree with Cam Newton and do you think that this was good enough for him and he did not want to change it for a Super Bowl trophy, which I don't think he should, because I think he could have won the he could have won the MVP award and even win the Super Bowl trophy, but unfortunately, he got his career ended due to injuries, or else he probably would be still probably playing for the Panthers to this day. which I hopefully that he can be cleared and maybe he can have one more last run and maybe even win at least one Super Bowl before calling it a career. But let me know in the comment section right down below about that. And do you think, this is probably the best achievement that he's accomplished, considering that he's been known as a pretty great wrestler in the business? I mean, a great football player, quarterback. He was a pretty great football player. Well, I sound like if I'm making a wrestling news. I mean, he was a pretty good football player and quarterback on the roster of the Panthers. But let me know in the comment section right down below about that. But I think he had such a fantastic career in the Panthers and even playing for the New England Patriots for a little bit until moving back. He did some pretty decent stuff, which I wish he could stay, but yeah, injuries got in the way, and that looked like that's probably not going to be happening anytime soon. But anyways, that's where we got. Next up, we got Brandon Graham of A Miracle Return is a big step closer. A Brandon Graham miracle return is one big, huge, closer. Originally appeared on the NBC Sports Philadelphia, and this is what he had to say onto the matter. A potential miracle of Brandon Graham return is more step closer. The Eagles on Thursday opened up Graham's practice window, which means there's still a chance he could play a week from Sunday against the Chiefs in Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. BG has been on the injured reserve since November 26th, 2 days after he tore his triceps in the Eagles win over the Rams in Inglewood, California. The Eagles were scheduled to practice Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week before traveling to New Orleans on Sunday. Graham won't be against the 53-man roster unless the Eagles can activate him from the injury reserve. After the the Eagles beat the Commanders in the NFC Championship game, Graham told NBC Sports Philadelphia's Dave Zangaro he had an exam scheduled for the next day to determine if a return after the 11th weeks was possible. And he added, "I've been working, man. But we're going to see." He said that at the end of the day, I'm just happy we got there. Them boys scored 55 today. That's what's up. That might be telling me something. That, of course, was a reference to BG's jersey number in 2013. Graham, of course, was one of the heroes in the Eagles' win over the New England Patriots on Super Bowl 52. Yeah, at Super Bowl 52, at the U.S. Bank Stadium, in Minneapolis, Minnesota. His trip, sacks, his trip sacks, of Tom Brady, with the 2 minutes and 16 seconds left, and the Eagles were up to 38-33, and Again, one of the most iconic plays in franchise history, which I cannot believe he just did this. Which, yeah, it was pretty impressive. And even my family, when we were watching this back in 2018, were rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles because we were getting kind of tired of Tom Brady going to the Super Bowl every year. But yeah, this is where going to the Super Bowl and winning. But this is where we saw him did a strip sack. And then I remember like it was yesterday when Philadelphia went on winning by 41-33, just by 8 points with them scoring with that turnover by a field goal, which were like, even though they didn't get a touchdown, but at least this field goal probably will work because like what if they like what if they score what they call it? What if they score a touchdown, but like even if they score a touchdown, probably gonna go for like even if the New England goes for a touchdown, they have to worry about going for two. Like at this point, but Graham, like and Lane Johnson, are the only position players like left on the roster, like from the Eagles, like only like Super Bowl championship. Like Graham is 36 years old and was playing at a very high level in his 15th season. Like when he got hurt, like he had like three and a half sacks, like a forced a fumble, like six tackles from for a lost seven quarterbacks, like hits, like in two pass knockdowns, like in 11 games, like while averaging at 28, like like and 28 snaps per game. In the last game, like Graham increased his career sack of total to 76 and a half. And moving past Clyde Simmons, like 76, and pardon to third, like in Eagles. It says like history, like behind Reggie White. And it says right here, Reggie White at 124, and former teammate Trent Cole at like 85 and a half. Graham is the franchise record holder with 5.5 career postseason sacks, although Noah Smith like is only one behind him. Like in with Graham out with Vic Fangio like has gone with a a 3-man edge rush like rotation like with Smith, Josh Sweat, and rookie uh, J- Angelix, Jelix Hunt, like Smith, like has 10.5 sacks, including 4 in postseason. Like Sweat, like has an 8.0, but none in the last 5 games. And Hunt has 2.5, including one like in the playoff win over the Rams. Big money free agent like Bryce Huff like and has played only 12 snaps like during the postseason, like 12 of them like in mop up like with Time Sunday with a BG said that Sunday whether or not he plays he'll be a big part of things like as the Eagles play in their third Super Bowl in eight in 8 years. He said, I'm like with it regardless. Like Like he said, like yes or no, it doesn't matter. Like I'm just happy these guys is just working like their butts off. Like, and now we got to the Super Bowl. Now we gotta go finish. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Brandon Grahams is one of the guys next to Lane Johnson that's still Philadelphia Eagles active player since when the last time they won a Super Bowl. And like if Jason Kelsey was there, he would join alongside with them. But um, but unfortunately, like he retired very soon. Like well, not too soon because like he had a very good career, and Jason Kelsey also like went back to the Super Bowl 5 years after they won, but only just put them in there, and then and with the Chiefs beating them, of course. But do you think they're going to win their second Super Bowl against the back-to-back Super Bowl Chiefs, or do you think that the Chiefs got this in the bag, which I think that's the case right there, and do you think that or do you think the Chiefs are going to hit a three-peat like if the Travis Scott, or do you think that Philadelphia is going to win and pull off an upset in some way? Let me know down in the comments. But moving on, we're gonna end today's football news video is the Jets hiring Cardinals head coach Steve Wilks like as the next defensive coordinator. Steve Wilks is back in the game, and it says right here that the long-term defensive assistant and former Arizona Cardinals head coach struck like a deal to become the defensive coordinator with the New York Jets like on Wednesday afternoon, according to the NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. Like Wilkes, uh, who took last year off from coaching, will now join. Yes, will probably join Aaron Glenn's staff. He'll join Aaron Glenn's staff. It has been reported right here on this post on the breaking news, on Tom Pelissiero's X account, on the ESPN, of the former head coach of the Cardinals going to join the Jets as their coach. What are your thoughts onto this latest news of the Arizona Cardinals, or the former head coach of the Cardinals, jumping ship to the Jets immediately? And do you think he's the head coach? I think no, he's the defensive coordinator. He's gonna be the defensive. And do you think this is the problem of the New York Jets of their defensive game, or do you think he should be a difference maker on both sides in the field and be the head coach? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But it says right here, the Glenn was hired as the next head coach of the Jets earlier this month, after a 4 year run as the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator. The Jets fired head coach Robert Saleh in the middle of last season. Glenn said earlier this week that he will not call defensive plays, so that will presumably fall to Wilk. And he, and though Wilk didn't work in the league last season, he's been an assistant across the NFL for decades after as long run working his way up to defensive coordinator with the Carolina Panthers. Wilkes, like Wilkes was hired as the head coach of the Cardinals to replace a Bruce Arians in 2018. But yeah, again, I want to give a humongous congratulations on the move, and I hope that for many years, they're going to be bringing nothing but success and maybe even be competition to the back-to-back to the back-to-back, soon-to-be back three-peat Super Bowl Chiefs, which I think that they will, and they'll probably be the number one in the AFC East division. They'll probably do us a favor by taking care of the Buffalo Bills issue, but yeah. Let me know in the comment section right down below. Do you think we could see them winning the AFC East Championship by 2025 or even 2026? But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below about that. But I guess that'll be it for now, Assassinators. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video of the wildest and intriguing football news stories and transfers that you Assassinators need to know. And if so, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button, considering hit the subscribe and the post notification bell for more SNA videos. But yeah, make sure to check out my wrestling news video for tomorrow, where I'm going to talk about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you Assassinators need to know from the Wrestling Inc. article on top. But before I get into more of that, I wanted to ask you which one was your favorite news story of this list. I would say with Jason Kelsey have to choose who's he going to root for, with on the road to Super Bowl 59. I can hardly wait for that. And I hope that we see. Hopefully, we'll see the. Hopefully, we'll see what's his name. Jason Kelsey roots for his little brother Travis Kelsey, of breaking the record and making history in the NFL overall. Not just in the Chiefs, but overall in the NFL as well. To break up an all-time record. And then we got the time and the date for Super Bowl 59, which it says is going to be in February 9th, which is 4 days before you know who's special day. So happy early birthday to that guy with his big 23 day, I guess. His big 23 celebration, his 23rd celebration, I guess you could say. But it's going to be on 5. I think it's going to be 5:30 p.m. Central because considering what city they're going to be in and what state as well in the area. But yeah, but here's a quick review on the game and then what's going to take place the teams that's going to be competing with my boys, the back-to-back Super Bowl Chiefs against the Philadelphia Eagles, and then we got the players that's going to be added into the game. And even the quarterbacks, which is their second time facing each other. And yeah, and 2 years ago, they were the first ever African Americans in both teams to face each other to battle for the Lombardi Trophy. And they're going to be doing it yet again. And then let me know in the comments who else do you want to see be the second ever overall that's gonna host the Super Bowl. And And then we got AJ Brown, Saquon Barkley, Travis Kelsey, AJ Brown, Kareem Hunt. And it says right here, like on these what's it called, these stats, like in comparisons, like with Philadelphia Eagles is beating them with the scoring, and then the Chiefs or Philadelphia is also beating them with the yardage. Chiefs also Chiefs beating them when it comes to passing yardage, but Philadelphia is beating them with rushing yardage, and the Philadelphia Eagles are beating them with the possessions. And yeah, there's most things that Philadelphia, and then they're and the betting odds favorite is still the Chiefs, despite all this, on the betting sites, including DraftKings. With them getting a negative 110, while Philadelphia Eagles get a positive. No, they're getting a positive 110, while Chiefs are 130, and MGM betting as well. But let me know in the comments what your thoughts on to this, and yeah, they're very similar. The record's kind of similar, except the Philadelphia Eagles lost one. But the last time they were 14-3. Well, at this time I'll say 16-3. But now like Philadelphia is 16-3. The Chiefs are like 17-2. But yeah, I cannot wait to see who we're gonna see this game, and then yeah, let me know in the comments below who you're rooting for. I cannot wait for them back-to-back Super Bowl. Chiefs are gonna do it, and yeah, but we're gonna move on, and we're gonna talk about, like, make sure to check out Friday Night SmackDown this Friday, which we're gonna probably gonna see a couple of matches that are gonna be very interesting, even though it's not as very well invested like Monday Night Raw is, but still it's still a wrestling show that's like second best. Like if you want to watch something that's like part two of Monday Night Raw for like 3 hours, that's where SmackDown is for. I think the only matches that's going to be available that's already scheduled in for tomorrow night's. The only thing that's going to probably be on Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow is Me Chin taking on uh, what's her name, Chelsea Green, in a rematch for the Women's United States Championship, which we all know yeah, we all know it's that, and also it's gonna be the first ever go home show, and a what's called a go home show and the post show. Like my first ever review for that on the SmackDown show. Which the last time they did something like that was back in 2020 when they both had a first ever had a go home show and a what's it called show at the same time. Oh yeah, Nia Jax against what's her name? No, no, it was what's his name? Yeah, and Liv Morgan versus Naomi and Jimmy Uso versus and Jimmy Uso against Carmelo Hayes. That's who it was. That's what the two matches were. Which yeah, they're both a couple as well, and they're being treated like big time stars. We got the Mosley Machine Guns in an 8-man tag match teaming with Los Garza against DIY and Pretty Deadly as well. Which I guess that confirms that Los Garza are baby faces now. But let me know in the comments below, like what's your Who do you think is gonna win this on the go home show before we get into the Royal Rumble pay-per-view? And yes, sir, ma'am, I will be predicting the matches, which is gonna feature the WWE Championship match, the WWE Tag Team Championship match, and both the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches. Which we're gonna have so much to talk about there, but I'm gonna end today's video right here, and hope that you Assassinators have a wonderful, safe, and fun rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you guys there with some more SNA content until we meet again. Super Ninja Austin, out of here. Bye-bye, my Assassinators. Yeah, y'all take care, and have a wonderful and magnificent Thursday, and I'll see you guys again soon for more SNA videos. And thank you for watching and being my favorite Assassinators and showing me a lot of support. I totally appreciate that. And see you soon.